Hello, friends, and welcome to Coaches Exploring Clarity. In this series, my colleagues Elaine Wright, Lynne Brannigan, and myself will be exploring Jamie Smart's second edition of Clarity. Let's get started.
I think for me, the why and the clarity question, what is clarity, is what I myself have seen by just having a glimmer more clarity than I had before. Glimmer. And what do I think? For me, clarity is, and I'm not going to use all the words in the book, I'm just going to use my own words that I do really go there. For me, clarity is seeing first of all myself more clearly. And the warts and all part has been tricky over the past year or so. And it really has been warts and all. I catch myself and I'm like, oh, yeah, I've been doing that. No wonder it wasn't working. Oh, yeah, I do that. That's a bit cool. That works out. So for me, clarity is really looking at myself, first of all, and it stops me making judgments. So if I'm in a situation and I feel like something's going on and I'm feeling some emotion, whatever the emotion is, someone's annoying me, or I leave a situation and I'm a little bit pissed off because I think they've done something, I'm looking at that and going, okay, what's really going on? So I'm really looking and saying what is going on. And I can only say what is going on from me. I don't know what's going on with the other person until I check in, obviously, but I'm really looking at what is going on for me. Why am I having this emotion? Why am I having these feelings? Why am I thinking this? And where is that taking me? So it's really, really helped me with that. Really, really, really helped me with that. And as to why do I think clarity is useful for us humans, sometimes we don't operate so well, and we make things hard. And I think when that's happening, we really are living in our thinking and not being in our life. That's how I see it. We're up in our head. We're, like me from 209 this morning, I'm in my head in the middle of the night of all this stuff, superhighway in my head, and not thinking over it. No, that's not helping. It cannot help. So I had to, by the time whatever 9:30 came this morning and I walked by the sea for an hour, the dust has settled, the snow globe has settled, however we want to say it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it kind of looks like that now. And so it really is to calm the thinking and to let go of the doing a bit more and really just be and sit with whatever it is I'm struggling with, thinking about, dwelling on. Just sit with it. And it is not always easy. It's not always easy. But if I can get to that place, it appears that things feel, I don't want to use easier because that doesn't feel like the right term. They feel more real. There you go. They actually feel more real. So that's my 2 cents.
Great. How about you, Elaine?
Yeah, I'm still not really sure if I do know what clarity is, and sort of over the time thinking about it from the moment you gave us this beautiful offer to do this, and I just said, yeah, great. I actually think that for me, clarity is not a good word. It might be because I don't have very much of it, but it might be literally a linguistic thing. Because if I think of all of this work that we're doing, and then I kind of ask myself, well, what am I doing here? well, it's something about a kind of, so whatever clarity is or means or does for me, it's something about getting closer and closer and closer and closer, literally. And I'm sorry about the words, because it sounds like I've just come off the back end of the book sort of thing, but I get closer to know who I really am, because I have this suspicion that when I really know who I am, I also have a suspicion that I'm never going to get there, but that actually doesn't matter, because it's a day by day process. So of getting clear on that, which will give me, again, sorry for the woo-woo words, the peace I have been looking for. And I can't really say it in any other way. I remember when I said yes to you, there was a kind of far more, here we go again, egoistical kind of answer. Indeed, I said yes, and I didn't even know why. And I thought, again, under the banner of, well, it must be good. Whatever it is, it must be good. And then as I think about that, there was something about, at a very practical level, the very fact that we just go and have a look again, and maybe again, and see what is it in particular that jumps out of these pages to us. The very fact that I do that will actually be a part in my journey to what clarity means for me. So even and actually making myself accountable to do it, that just to literally do it, because perhaps if under my own theme, I might read the book once and then I'd probably just put it on the shelf, but to my loss. So this is it's a good excuse to really look at it and just see what comes up. Yeah. Greg.
It's funny when the old joke of, like, I know it like the back of my hand, and then you look at your hand and go, oh, wait a minute, what's that? Kind of came up. It's like, because I've been through the book once, and I just know there's so much meat on the bone there. There's so much to see, and so much, much deeper, the possibility of such a much deeper understanding of clarity, the principles behind clarity, that I wanted to go through it again, and I wanted to do it in a way that I could share it with other people, both the end product, but also share the experience of doing it with other people, which is where the idea of inviting you guys along to do it. And you just, it's, three heads are better than one kind of thing, because you guys will see things that I haven't seen and vice versa. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how we move through this, and what stands out to each of us as we go through the different chapters of the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm intrigued about, because mine already looks like this, and I have the yellow marker all over the pages. And the interesting thing, and it's like back to our weekend, every time I read a page, like I've read the whole book only once, and then I've read different chapters a couple of times. I've read the beginning, the preface, or however you say it, maybe 4 times now. I think I've actually read it 4 times now. And that keeps drawing me back. And I'm like, oh, I think I missed that the first time. Oh, God, I think I missed that the second time. That keeps drawing me back. And I'm just like, how interesting is that? I've read the same thing 4 times. But, so yeah, it's about, I think it's also about what's kind of capturing our curiosity as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like when, whatever frequency you're at when you're reading it, you're picking up things in it that are at that frequency. It's just as a metaphor, and then you go back another time and you're at a different place and you see something completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.